Hello?
Hi there.
Oh, hi. My name is Ron, and I'm calling for New Mexico opinion surveys.
Uh-huh.
And I'd like to ask you just a few questions concerning the problems facing our nation, state, and local communities. And I'm not
Uh-huh.
selling anything, and I will not ask you for a donation, all right?
I'm pretty busy right now.
The survey has up to 20 questions, but they're all very simple answers, so the entire call is usually about 4 minutes. That's okay, right?
Sure,
Oh,
okay.
great. I do appreciate your time. First, in what year were you born?
1954.
Got it. And what is your race?
White.
Okay, and are you of Hispanic or Latino
Mm,
origin or
not
descent?
not that I know of.
Got it. And are you registered to vote at this address?
Of course.
So, yes. Now, thinking about the election next month, what are the chances that you will vote in the general election for U.S.
Uh,
Senate, Governor, U.S. Congress, and other offices? Are you almost certain to vote? Will you probably vote? Are the chances 50-50? You don't think you will vote, or have you already voted?
I'll probably vote.
Marking probably. Okay. And how often would you say you vote? Would it be always, nearly always, part of the time, or seldom?
Always.
Always. Okay. Now, in New Mexico, when people register to vote, they may select a party. When you registered, did you register as a Republican, a
Mm-mm.
Democrat, no
No.
party affiliation, or another party?
None.
No party, independent. Okay. So please rate your level of interest in voting in the election in November for governor, senator, Congress, and other offices on a scale from 0 to 10, where 0 means that you are not at all enthusiastic about voting in the November election, and 10 means that you are extremely enthusiastic about voting in the November election.
Probably like a 5.
5, got it. Now, thinking about the election for State Commissioner of Public Lands in November, if the election for State Commissioner of Public Lands were held today, for whom would you vote? Democrat Stephanie Garcia Richards, Republican Pat Lyons, or Libertarian Michael Lucero?
Richards.
Okay. So now let me ask you about the election for the New Mexico Supreme Court in November. This year there will be an election for one justice on the New Mexico Supreme Court. So if the general election for the New Mexico Supreme Court were held today and the candidates were Republican Gary Klingman and Democrat Michael Vigil, for whom would you vote? Democrat
Probably.
Michael Vigil or
Uh,
Republican Gary Klingman?
probably Gary.
All right, got that. So next month there will be an election to fill 4 seats on the New Mexico Court of Appeals in November, and each of the seats is voted on separately. So here's the first one. If the general election for one of the seats on New Mexico's Court of Appeals were held today, for whom would you vote? Republican Emil Keeney or Democrat Brianna Zamora?
Zamora.
Okay, so next. If the general election for one of the seats on New Mexico's Court of Appeals were held today, for whom would you vote? Democrat Christina Bogartis or Republican Stephen French?
Bogardes.
Got it. And again, if the general election for one of the seats on New Mexico's Court of Appeals were held today, for whom would you vote? Republican Hank Bonhoff or Democrat Jacqueline Medina?
Medina.
Okay, so here's the last of the 4. If the general election for one of the seats on New Mexico's Court of Appeals were held today, for whom would you vote? Republican Daniel Gallegos or Democrat Megan Duffy?
Duffy.
All right, so now thinking about the election for governor in November, if the
Mm.
election for governor were held today, for whom would you vote? Republican Steve Pierce or Democrat Michelle Lujan Grisham?
Probably Pierce.
Okay, finally, I would like to ask you some questions for statistical purposes. What is the last year of schooling that you've completed?
Bachelor's.
College graduate, okay. Generally speaking, do you think of yourself as a Republican, a Democrat, or what?
Don't know.
Do you think of yourself as closer to the Republican or to the Democratic Party?
Democrat.
Closer to Democrats, all right. And last question, strictly for verification purposes, can I have just your first name?
Peter.
Okay, got it. So those are all of the questions I have for you today. Thank you
Okay.
very much for your participation. Have
Sure.
a great day.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
thanks.